Alright, welcome to day 52 of the Vera Series. And as you know, still no level increase. But starting out, you want to go to our Artificial Island, and then you want to go back to building and hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, don't forget to check your exchange store, because today is the last day to buy your weekly items. And hopefully you clear out your enemies, because they're all going to respawn tomorrow. But starting out, you want to do your Mia's Kitchen, and you want to knock out your daily bounties for the day, and I'm going to go with the Sparrow. Which brings us to Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Bracers, Chest, a Huma, and a Samir Matrix. We also have Shoulders, Helm, a Coco, and a Shiro Matrix. And we can do Boots. On top of that, we can do Sadness Valley, are the end game. So all of these dungeons are actually pretty good, and you might want to use a few Vitality solutions. Next, you want to check Interstellar Exploration, and you want to check Vera, as well as check a Sparrow, so that way you can get all of your Stargates. The way to tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials, and if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. But if you're pressed for time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Then we have our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to go to the Black Market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the Claw Machine, and do your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 Funzones, and try to knock out your 6 Greyspace Fishers. But the best rewards are in the Twilight Zone, but you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on that. And you want to try to do some racing so you can get in the top 100, so you can get that 400 mirror. And since it is Procrastinator Day, I do want to give you a reminder to knock out your Security Force missions, so that we can get those old Vera coins in Mirror. But JAR actually mentioned to me there's an easier way to get to your Research tab. So if you go to your backpack, and you go to the Missions tab, you're able to just click on one of the items, and then you can just click Use, and then it takes you to the appointed research. And remember, you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy, and you get 5 free energy a day, so you want to make sure that this does not cap. But if you enjoy these daily guys, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we got our events. You want to make sure you logged in enough time, so that way you get all your dark crystals. Yesterday, once more, the side mission, you want to make sure you get that Shirley skin and the Nemesis weapon skin. You want to do your TOF referral program, so that way you can get some free items. If you want to participate in Lucky Tarot, you have 5 more days. And then we have the Winter Festival. We can get a grand total of 17,000 points, so you can pretty much clear out the shop. But again, I recommend that you either do Float Parade or you do Creature Clash, because those are the best way to get points. In bullet time, unless you have some Copper Bloom laying around, I don't recommend that you play this. Which brings us to the Weekly tab. You want to make sure you do enough things down here, so that way you get everything up top. Then we have our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen, so that way you can power yourself up. Starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So again, you want to take a look at this weapon bonus, and if you have a good weapon bonus, you might want to do the sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you get a high score here, you're most likely going to get the top rewards for the week. Also, since today is Procrastinator Day, a lot of people, including myself, are most likely going to be playing today, so you want to probably make sure that you have the top score before the night is over. Wormhole, we got 4 days left to complete this, and you want to make sure you do, so that way you get that energy crystal dust. Raids, you want to do the last 2 on Heroic, and you want to do Battle Test Area on Heroic, so that way you get the best rewards for the week. Frontier Clash, if you have attempts, you might want to go ahead and clear those out, because you could get a bad resist next week. Void Rift, this is a first time boss for you, you want to go ahead and knock that out. And Void Abyss, remember you just need to knock this out before the end of the month, so that way you can get all of those micro reactors. The Critical Abyss, remember this is optional content, but you can do it to try to get some clusters. Break from Destiny, you want to do this at least 1 time so you can get those 250 dark crystals. Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to Shop, Hot, and then buy your 2 Vitality Solutions. But remember, this is only if you can afford it, and for me, I have 105, so I'm going to pass. But if you can, try to get your Advancement modules and your Booster modules for the week, which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. So you're going to buy your Advancement modules, your Booster modules, and your Vera special gift for the week. But when it comes to your Potent Omnium Crystal, I recommend that you pass, because you should have enough to reach an 8.3, even 8.4 suppressor through exploration alone. But what you can do with your Golden Crystal Dust is buy boots. If you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy hand guards. If you have a good pair of hand guards, then you can buy whatever else you want. Space-Time store, you want to buy your Booster modules, your Advancement modules, and your Data Repeater for the week. Weapon store, you can use your Black Gold to buy some weapons, but you might want to save those for when limited banners get added to the standard pool. Cruise store, now the only thing I recommend that you spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are Space-Time Rift, unless you have a level 3, or Omnium Shield. But if you have both of those max, you might want to go for Drone level 3. Support store, you want to buy your Joint Supply Chips, your Space-Time Crystal Fragments, and your Space-Time Crystal Dust for the week. And if you can, try to buy your Space-Time Crystal Fragments using return support points. And if you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point store, you want to buy your spare special gifts, so that way you don't need to do training, Black Market, or see this island again. But if you want to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. And then with your Critical Abyss points, you could always buy clusters. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore the map, so that way you can get all of those extra resources. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and it looks like I'm going to be rolling for Tion, so look forward to that video as well. And the Lyra roll should be out soon. But other than that, talk with you guys later.